We've been recording.
All right, everybody, get ready for the Cloudy and Rowdy podcast with Tommy motherfucking Easter. Bang, bang, bang! Fucking Easter Army, stand up! Fuck yeah. Now y'all see the secret to that shit. I hold my phone up to a microphone and it goes dun 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 dun.
For those guys listening, audio only, this is the first episode. We've got some video going on.
Yes, we do. We got the young camera set up over there, and it doesn't bother me at all, I have to say.
Nice.
Even though I don't have shit to talk about this week, you know what I'm saying? I just I was so excited to come and do the podcast today, and then I got here, and I don't have shit to talk about. Did y'all see that shit?
We can burn like 10 minutes just making fun of him for doing that.
Right?
Yeah, right.
There's a drum set like 6 inches beside
See that
me.
light? Don't have to light this young blunt.
It's firing up.
Oh,
We got
firing it up.
Mitch Phillips.
Mitch Phillips back on the podcast. The Tasmanian Albanian.
What's happening, guys? At Mitchell Phillip on social media. I've got an album coming out in about 12 years.
It's called Google Brain.
Actually, I have come up with a better title of The Man Who Knows Everything.
The man who knows everything but nothing at all.
What's up, guys?
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, like I
Single
said,
note.
I'm trying to hit the gas. I'm trying to get it going, man. I don't know what the fuck to talk about. I've been making money this week, so that's all that's on my mind. Is like the excitement of making money. You know, it's getting close to Christmas. I like Christmas, you know. I like to buy my family shit. I like to not feel like a piece of shit during the holidays, you know. Even if it's just a $10 gift. Motherfucker, I bought that. Merry Christmas.
I'm I'm glad everyone gets to see how comfortable Mitch gets on the podcast.
Oh, I'm hoping nobody else shows up to guest star on this.
I mean, it's Mitch's home in all reality,
Right.
so we can't tell him to make himself at home.
Fact.
Make yourself at your place.
This is my chair now.
Invite us into your home.
My chair. Ooh, gracias, buddy.
Yep.
When are you heading back to Georgia?
Oh, I'll be in Atlanta December 15th through the 28th. So if there's anybody out there listening that is able to book me. Hello. I'll be hitting up my boy Plug, Kareem Plug Chapman. For those listening, look him up on Facebook and Instagram. He's funny to the motherfucker, and he's an Atlanta comic. He shows me much love when I come into town, and I'll definitely be hooking up with Plug. I'll probably go do Big J Ward. He's got a room, Sweetwater Bar and Grill, Duluth. And hopefully Munch, I see Munch Wade is going to be doing a spot with Sarah Tiana at the Punchline, and I called them way before I even knew Munch was doing that, and asked them for a spot. They said they would hook me up, so you know I might hit Munch up and see if I can get a little quick 8-minute spot that night. You know, maybe open for him and Sarah. Or
Bring
something.
some LA Thunder back to Atlanta.
Hell yeah, come fucking rip that bitch.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, the thing about it is they moved the Punchline, and I'm mad because I never got to do the original Atlanta Punchline room, which Bill Burr used to just rave about. You know, I've heard Bill Burr say so much good shit about it. And I actually, before I even fucked with comedy, like in the middle of my fucking, you know, thugness bullshit, my boy Zach snatched me out of that world and was like, Easter, man, let's go see this comic down in Atlanta tonight. And then he took me to the Punchline to see Bill Burr. And he roasted this dude for having his fucking feet up on the stage. Dude just had his feet all up on the stage, kind of like you're all comfortable, you know? He just had his feet up on the stage with flip-flops, and Burr went in on that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even flip-flops, they were like sandals. He's like, fucking Jesus sandals? Like, he just went in on dude. It was the funniest shit. And even then, it wasn't like that night was like, oh, I'm gonna be a comic now. I'm just saying that I've only been to the old Punchline as a fan.
And I knew at that moment I would become a comedian.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that story. It was just, I went there as a fan. I didn't get to be there as a comic.
Like, oh, that's pretty cool.
But the place that it's at now used to be called Jerry Farber's Side Door. Jerry Farber's an old piece of shit drunk in Atlanta that takes advantage of young comics.
Takes advantage.
Oh yeah, he makes them think that he's some special big shot. He's been around. He's one of them people that's been in comedy for all these years. And he can just fucking make himself seem good. And he was drunk off his ass at his own club one night. It used to be called Jerry Farber's Side Door. And he would charge people $5 to come and do the mic and give you these mediocre grilled cheese sandwiches. And he was drunk off his ass one night after I'd already won his little shitty mic, which I didn't even know was a competition. I was just going there to practice clean sets. It was a clean room, and I knew that that's a good tool to have in comedy. And I had a real good set one night, and I came out, and the other comics was like, "Man, you probably won tonight." And I was like, "Won what?" I'm like, "Oh, he'll put your name up on the marquee, and people get to drive by and see it, and blah blah blah." And then next week you get to end the show and do 15 minutes and all this shit. So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Sure enough, yeah, I did. Dan came out that night. Dan Glazer, who's a real good dude, he came out and he's like, "Easter, you won. Come in or go out there with this little blonde chick who was a real nice lady. She took my picture in front of the sign." This dude's in there drunk off his ass one night telling me, "You need to go back to Vegas, kid, because you're not going to make it. All you talk about is Vegas," and all this shit. I was like, "Motherfucker, I'll be damned if I'm doing comedy when I'm your age." You know what I'm saying? And fucking taking advantage of open micers because the place has my name on the fucking door. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Fuck you. When I do go back to Vegas, I'll be bigger than your bitch ass ever was." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "You can't come back to my club." I'm like, "I don't give a fuck." You know?
And that man was Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, now it's the Punchline. So he couldn't even keep his little shitty club.
Is it out on the outskirts?
I've noticed like Buckhead or some shit. I don't know where it's at.
That's one of the things. There's a few cities that have comedy clubs like in the downtown area. It's always like you gotta go out to like
the no, it's not in Atlanta, the city. It's not like right there on fucking.
Like was it? Oh, like Lexington and fucking Cincinnati. It's like all their shit is like intermingled or. And it's all far away or across state lines.
Yeah, what is it? The club in Covington, the Cincinnati Funny Bone, is actually in Kentucky.
yeah.
It's Cincinnati Airport.
Well, that's like I watched some old shit last night. I watched it again. Remember that old thing about them comedians where it was Patton Oswalt, Brian Posehn, Maria Bamford, and some other dude, and they followed all them around, kind of. It starts
comedians or something like that?
Something like that. It starts with Patton in Athens, Georgia. Yeah. Someplace like I was like, I bet that I wanted to look it up last night and see if it even still exists because last time I was in town doing comedy, there's some chick that has a show in Athens, and it was a good show, but it's just from where my mom lives, it's at least a 2.5 hour drive. So it just wasn't worth the drive for me. But and it wasn't that comedy club. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Athens had like a little comedy club up there because it's just a college football town. Yeah. But I mean, I guess
You know, it's also laugh. What's funny about that documentary is there's a scene where they're like in the van and like Brian Posehn and like Maria Bamford and Pat Oswalt, they're all like people on the tour. They're all talking and just doing shit like behind the scenes shit for the documentary. And Jim Jeffries is just like sitting by himself in the fourth row of the van. Just
I never seen
young Jim Jeffries. No one's even talking to him.
No, that's why I rewatched it last night. I was like, I wonder how much more about comedy I know.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I watched it.
Yeah, so it's funny because he's almost like sad, just like looking out the window in the backseat. That's the only time you see him in the whole documentary.
Damn, I didn't know.
He probably like open for him in one spot or like one city. It's just like he's never brought up, and he's bigger than most.
They didn't even be like, "Oh, by the way, this guy is a funny young comic and shit." Yeah.
Documentary's not about him.
Yeah.
Back to the bus.
I just wanted to come in with a Google fact real quick.
Oh, okay.
I heard you talking where the Punchline is. It's on Roswell Road. Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Roswell. So that wouldn't be Roswell, it'd just be Atlanta, but Roswell.
The new one, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, Roswell is where the aliens landed. In every state.
Well, it's at the Landmark Diner. That's actually where it is. It's the Landmark Diner / Punchline. You know, because that place.
It's got a good name.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That's why I'm excited to go and do it.
Fuck yeah.
You know.
And speaking of, I just hung out with Jim Jeffries the other night when he was wasted drunk at the Comedy Store.
Fuck yeah.
He was
putting people on blast. Jesus Christ.
He was there on Thanksgiving paying off a bet. His friend bet him in the hotel room. His friend bet him that he wouldn't go to the Comedy Store and go to set. They had just been drinking all night.
Oh, yeah?
He went there.
Oh, how hard of a bet to win.
You could tell he was drunk on stage, but he was very funny.
It's like half his persona is being drunk.
He was trashing the crowd for being there on Thanksgiving. It was very funny.
I just remembered why I don't have shit to talk about. Because, what was it, Thursday night? Fuck. It was Wednesday or Thursday night. Me and Liam, we went and did a comedy show my boy Sean McBride. Shouts out to Sean McBride. And Diaz Mackey was supposed to be co-hosting, but so I go to that show and it's in a record shop, Cosmic Vinyl, down on Sunset. And dude, I bought these 2 records. I didn't know that Richard Pryor and Red Fox did a vinyl. You know what I'm saying? Did like a record together. I didn't know they even did comedy together because I'm not a comedy nerd. So I see a fucking record with Red Fox and Richard Pryor on it as Joker cards and shit.
Oh, no.
Right? And then the other one I bought is called Craps, and it's them around a craps table, and it says shot live from the Red Fox Club in Hollywood. So I bought 2 records with Richard Pryor and Red Fox on them. And I was supposed to go to Ron Bush's and listen to him today. And then I was gonna talk about that shit on the podcast. But it was such a good day on the blocks, on the tours, I was like, fuck. He texted me and I was like, dude, there's no way I can leave. I'm fucking racking in the money today, you know? Once you get like around 200 in sales, then you're like, fuck, another 100 and I'm gonna make it's a good day. It's around $80, you know? And then another 100 after that, you're clocking around 100 and it's just like, and it just gets addictive, dude. It's like, fuck yeah, I'm over 100. Once you get over 100, then you're out there just kind of not really giving a fuck. And then, but if you do get a sale, it's way more exciting because you're like, fuck yeah, that's bonus money, baby, you know, kind of, yeah, bang, 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 you know. So like, once you get over 100, you know, which I was already near 100 when Bush hit me up. If I'd have had no sales in the day, I'd have probably been like, yeah, let's go, you know, fuck it, come pick me up, let's listen to these records. Yeah. But I was already close to bang, bang, bang money, so I was like, man, fuck this. And then Kyle, let's see, yesterday we sold this tour to these fucking Indian chicks. Man, this one,
what kind of Indian?
She's so red dye, not feather. All right, and she's so fucking beautiful. Everything about her's perfect. She got a doll face, big beautiful titties, nice ass. Yeah, come on, Liam. And dude, she's so perfect. Everything about her. No, don't open it. Don't open it.
No, Liam, you sit here because.
Yeah, thanks, bro. And so they came today and was looking for weed and shit. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, if y'all get us an Uber, I'll take y'all to this place. He's got the best weed in fucking LA, you know. So they got us an Uber, and I took them to the garden and got them like 2 grams.
Nice.
And got me a little something. Hello. Got like, dude, he clicked my card 3 times. So I'm gonna be able to get another 10% discount before I leave town. Hello.
I love weed stores have punch cards.
Yeah, that's great.
It's like a frozen yogurt shop.
Yeah, people for the people listening, man, watching. I'm a long way from going to Atlanta, Georgia, buying reefer, getting a felony. Hello. Now you get a receipt, a little punch card, you get fucking amazing shit. Now y'all get to stand up, Liam. Stand up. Now you get to see how big the Jolly Green Giant is right there. All right. I'm every bit of 6'1". Liam's got to be 6'4".
6'6".
6'6". Holy shit, dude. Yeah, man. You know what it is about, like, I don't see you as gigantic as most people do because I grew up playing basketball my whole life. Yeah. And it was like, and then my buddy Dan, who I grew up with, we're around the same size. So I've always been around tall people. Like the shortest person ever around me was Murray, and he caught hell for it his whole life. I've got so many short jokes it ain't even fair, you know. But cause out on the end, like when you're playing basketball and you're around nothing but 6'6" people, you know, like when people watch the NBA, they think them dudes are normal size. And it's like, nah. Kobe Bryant is 6'7".
Yeah, you go watch him
Liam's
live.
6'6".
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant is 6'7". LeBron James is 6'8". Like all them motherfuckers. Kyrie Irving is like 6'3" or some shit.
Rookie Blaylock.
Yeah, no. You went the opposite direction. Even Dwayne Wade is 6'4". It's like
even from the nosebleeds.
That's huge.
When you watch it live, you can tell like they're just like thumping down that floor.
Yeah.
That's what makes Spud Webb and those guys even more amazing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Spud was tremendous.
It's like how do these little tiny, he's like Allen Iverson, he's 6'1".
Yeah.
How does he make it?
Well, because 6'1" still, you can still have a good reach. Like I'm around 6'1", but my reach is like 6'8".
Yeah, but you're also not playing.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, Allen Iverson also didn't he have like a lot of injuries? Like he didn't get like a free
There's a lot
pass.
like Chris
No,
Paul.
I know he played golf.
Allen never,
Allen
never suffered injuries.
He just had a bad
He
attitude.
had 2 years where he got injuries though.
I feel like he had. I feel
No,
like
you're
that was
thinking-
like one of that was part of like his myth is that he always played through like he always played hurt.
Well, yeah, he
Well,
probably.
he might have played hurt.
Yeah, but that's.
we all play hurt. Hell, you can have a jammed finger and that shit hurts you for a good 3
When I
games.
think injury,
Oh,
though, I
you
think
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
That's why I stopped playing basketball.
Yeah, that shit. I mean,
Jim had
there's,
someone pass me the ball, hit my pinky. I was like,
dude, I remember there was like
I'm good. I got a jam thing.
yeah, there was like a day in the summer. Remember, I came here that one night and I was like, and everybody was fucking around with each other. I was like, what y'all don't know is, all y'all would have to do right now is just grab one of my hands and I'd be like, stop it! I'll give up. Like, my hand, both of my hands at one point this summer was, I had this finger jammed, this thumb got slammed back, and this one was jammed. Both my hands were just fucked up this summer, like weak almost. And I remember because I was trying to tighten the mic stand. I was trying to undo the mic stand one night, and I was like, fuck, son of a bitch. So then I switched hands, and I was like, fuck, this thumb hurts. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck, I can't fuck with the mic stand, you know?
How tall was Derek Fisher?
Fish?
6'6", something like that.
no.
No,
he's not that
Fish
big.
wasn't, no, he was
He's
around
like-
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, he's like a
Again,
normal.
this is the greatest thing about.
He's like a
Google.
normal size.
Yeah, Google it, cause I
Google it,
Fish
bitch.
was a shooting guard, bro. Point
He
guard
was
slash
great.
shooting guard.
Yeah,
I remember.
Fish was clutch.
Yeah.
As a motherfucker.
Like just like because I started watching Lakers basketball.
Mitch is going. He don't know. He
Yeah,
don't have no
that's
clue
the thing is, I don't know why.
if Fish was clutch or not. But Mitch is like, yeah, he was. He was.
I know I watched
Sports, bro.
I only started watching basketball for one season. It was when he was on the Lakers, and it was because I was working in a bar that
Oh, dude,
they
he
always
was
had
great
it
on
on.
the
I just
He was
remember watching it.
6'1".
6'1".
Yeah, he was super athletic. I was just like, wow. And then I saw Blake Griffin. I was like, wow, that guy moves just like Derek Fisher. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's 6'10".
I know, that's crazy.
That's what makes Blake so good. If Blake would have came in the league with like a good shot, oh god, he'd have been dangerous.
Well, you would
bro.
expect someone like Kevin Durant. I know he's very coordinated, but he looks like he's gangly and like he doesn't.
He is
he's-
lanky.
You know, yeah, I know, but like he doesn't
He's a Durant.
he doesn't have a smoothness to his motion.
See,
The
I
way-
disagree.
I disagree. I think
Yeah,
I think Durant is very smooth.
I think
way
he's a-
smoother than a lot of tall guys.
I think he's a hybrid of Kevin Durant, meaning on Kevin.
I mean,
Kevin
KG.
Garnett.
KG,
Kevin
yeah.
Garnett to me was the best,
Maybe I'm just
best
getting
shooting
confused. They're all
tall man
huge.
of all time.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely the most goofy tall man ever was Sean Bradley
Oh no way, Manu Bol.
and Manute Bol.
Yeah, I
You know,
that.
I just saw a thing that
Bol.
they think that Manute Bol might have been 50 years old when he was playing.
Oh, yeah.
because
He
he
lied
doesn't.
about his age.
He doesn't have a. He didn't have a true.
Did
Dude,
you
he
hear-
was a jockey, a hockey player. You know, he went down the list. He's in the world record. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the tallest player in like all kinds of sports.
Well, did you hear
They
that
just
in
gave-
Oregon?
they just gave-
He just would go at, yeah, he's
Yeah,
like the
give a
tallest
shit.
hockey player ever. He's the tallest jockey ever.
I think it was
On
Oregon,
it.
Oregon or UCLA just signed
His jockey. He's on 2 horses.
Dude, he was on that horse like this and shit. His legs, he had to lift his legs up and shit to not fucking drag
Watch
me
that
down.
coffee.
Yeah, his UCLA or Oregon just signed his son, #1 recruit in the country, Bol. He named
His
him
name's
Bol.
Bol.
Yeah,
Bol.
Bol.
Like
Bol Deuce.
BOWL?
Sounds like an anime character.
B-O-L. Bol.
Is he as tall as his dad?
You know,
No.
some
You know there's
some
a
coaches do
7
that, like Yosef or Ahmed. It's like they just name.
See, Ahmed's fine, but Bol, I mean, like, you're fucking
Yeah.
your son.
Have you seen that guy? Jeremy Paul was showing me the other day. He plays for Central Florida. He's 7'6",
yeah.
300 pounds, bro. And he's the right proportion. Like he's
Yeah,
shaped like me. He's
yeah,
a little
so-
bit thicker than me, but he's 7'6", and he catches the ball, and he was like moving with that. I was like, that dude's 7'6",
That's
and he was like,
crazy.
yeah, he's 7'6". I was like, that's fucking unfair, dude. He doesn't move like 7'6". He moves like a shooting guard and shit. He was putting moves on
Yeah.
motherfuckers. He can shoot.
Have you seen
Of
that
course,
kid?
he can dunk without effort.
Have
How
you
many
seen
people
that
are
kid in high
7
school?
foot plus?
Huh?
There's a kid in high school who's like 7'2".
Yeah, they've been keeping up with him since 8th
He
grade.
they put him on the line in football as like a tackle,
Uh-huh.
and he just destroys people.
I bet.
Like
I bet.
he doesn't even have to do much. He just
Dude, the Cowboys just signed, it's either the Cowboys or who was it? I was watching somebody the other day, and they were like, one of their linemen got hurt, so they signed a whole vet. He's 7'6" or something. Or no, he's 6'8" or some shit like that. And that motherfucker stood up and just went, yeah, he just stood on that running back to the ground. When they said height, he went, hut. He went back a couple steps, the same dude just went, boosh. And then got that dude in front of him. He just splattered him. Boosh. I was like, God damn, that dude's a
talking about, like, is the offensive linemen in the NFL. If you watch, like, when they retire to the next year, they'll go from this massive person to this normal looking.
Yeah, or they die.
Or yeah,
but you know, a lot of times you see them with shoulder pads on and shit.
No,
too.
I mean even the weight they keep on, it's not natural.
Cause you see some of them linebackers, bro. If you've seen like a linebacker without his pads and shirt, they look like bodybuilders.
Oh
Yeah, they do.
They're fucking.
Holy
I remember I went to a Patriots, this is way back in the day, when Ted Johnson was there.
Teddy Bruschi.
No, not Teddy Bruschi, Ted Johnson. He was from out of like Colorado, and I saw him and he was coming down with a tank top. I was like, that's what football players look like?
Yeah.
I don't think I should be playing this game.
Even some of the linemen. So you
Some
think
of
they're big and fat?
Yeah.
Some of them dudes are fucking. They'll still like a lot of them do have a gut, but you should see their arms and shit. They bench
Yeah.
350 and 400 pounds and shit. They're
Two
reps.
people.
yeah. It's like whoa.
I got to serve Michael Pittman. He was considered to have the biggest arms in the NFL. Holy fuck, his arm was bigger than my whole.
Warren Sapp's a great example.
Yeah.
That dude had a gut, but that dude could fucking run, and he would always do like this after he tackled somebody, and his fucking arms were huge. Warren Sapp was known. They were like in the gym, you can't fuck with him on
I don't know
bench
that
press.
dude's name, but like they put a lineman in the Body Issue a couple years ago, and just had him doing like coming off the line, but he's all butt naked in all these pictures, and like just like moving and
Are you
shaking.
sure it wasn't like Antonio
Jared
Gates?
Allen.
Was that him?
The tight end? There's a
Jared
lot of tight
Allen.
ends that are like Antonio
The
Gates.
guy was fat as shit,
freaks.
but like he still had a six pack on his gut, and he like his quads were like defined, but he was like he's just a
Black
massive
or white guy?
fucking
Not
black
JJ
dude.
Watt.
Was it Gates or David Boston? One of them turned into a professional bodybuilder for a while.
Might have been David Boston.
Yeah.
David Boston
Remember,
gained
Gates
80
is
pounds
still
of muscle.
That was
in a
it.
year.
That was it, and it fucked up his reach.
Yeah.
Like my coach used to always tell me, dude, I was in the weight room going hard one day, and the coach goes, Easter. And I was like, what, man? And he goes, what you doing hitting them weights? It's my basketball coach. And I was like, football season, man. I'm trying to, And he goes, yeah, well, you gonna lose all that length? He goes, what do you want to do? You want to be big? You want to be long? I was like, fuck. And he's right. When Boston said when he came back, he wasn't the same player. He definitely wasn't the same player with all that muscle. He couldn't reach out. He couldn't extend as good. He was big. He was too big.
Yeah. Well, I remember, the only reason why I remember David Boston is he had a big, like, ESPN write-up about how he gained 80 pounds of muscle. This was the first time he ever started lifting, and he did it all completely natural. And I just remember being like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, he said that he fell in love with bodybuilding that off season.
Oh yeah, that.
And I tell people a lot. They ask me like, how do you look like that? Da, 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 blah blah. And I'm like, well, part of it is when you start working out, you start seeing change in the mirror. That shit gets addictive. Like you start liking the way you look.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the slightest, even just a little cut under your titty, you'll be like, oh shit, look at that little bit of shit right there, boy. You'll be you'll be flexing and shit every day, and it's just, if you keep with it, it will improve.
Yeah.
And then you start getting addicted to that. You're like, oh, I got my chest right. Let me see if I can get these abs right. Let me get my arms big. All that shit.
Don't look at my gut when you
all
say
that,
these words.
all that shit's easy.
How dare you?
All that shit's easy to do. My legs though, I can't. My legs, I got chicken legs like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
My excuse my whole life has been, I play basketball, so I don't have to work my legs. I can fucking dunk, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I can dunk. I can run fast as fuck. So I don't know. I've never really worked my
I
legs.
can't do any of that.
I always worked my legs, but I never worked them to where you had like thick muscles. You work your calves, so you can be able to jump high.
Well, yeah, I've done. I usually do calf raises every now and then. I don't work my legs. I can't. I'm not
say you
gonna
don't
say
work.
a lot.
You say you don't work your legs, but like you probably have bigger calves than a normal.
Well, because I do
'Cause
play
you're working,
basketball
right,
and I do
you're working
walk everywhere I go.
Right.
But I say I don't work my legs because when I see the women in the gym, that's all they do. Women are all legs, bro.
Good for them.
Them bitches.
And God bless them for it.
Oh, I know. I'm not
It's-
saying nothing
it's
bad
'cause
about it.
It's an easy strength.
Everything they do, it's like they're either squatting or they're doing that machine, or they're doing that fucking pussy, that fucking yeah, and I'll squeeze that fucking head scissor machine. That's what I call it, that young headlock machine. They're always doing some type of workout with their legs. I'm like, fuck. I wish if I had a bad bitch that would work out with me every day, and be like, we doing legs. Then I'd work on my legs, but
Do you think it's as much about the legs or more about the ass?
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's
both.
I think they do it because they want they just want something that they feel like they're good at. Because like if you tell the average girl, do a push-up for me, she can't do a good push-up.
Yeah.
So it makes them feel bad. Weird. Yeah. And if it makes them feel bad in the gym, they don't want to go to the gym.
But you tell Mitch to do a squat.
I'm mansplaining the shit out of this, but
I know.
But you're right.
Yeah.
No, you're right though, because you're right. Think about it. She does a push-up. It's usually all wide and girly or whatever, but she does a squat and the whole gym stops. And they're like, that bitch does squats. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, yeah,
that was an old 80s rap song, right?
They have strong legs.
But it's also just an easier workout. Like, it's like
I disagree.
My legs have always
been
big,
working
but
my legs.
No, but
I think it's hard. It's easier for me to do push-ups and sit-ups.
No, but I'm saying because your body's built differently. But for a lot of people, it's like, okay, I can start out bench pressing just the bar for a woman.
Yeah.
But when they can go leg press 300 pounds on their first day.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like it's encouraging.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So they constantly stay on their legs a lot.
I'd say 90% of women that go to the gym right now could do more than me.
Oh yeah.
And I'd say, like, you brought up a good point though. I'd say 80% of them working on their legs, it's because they want a better ass.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But
I
the
mean,
legs.
if I was a female,
No, but the ass leads to better legs.
Legs lead to a better ass.
I think like toned calves are fucking sexy.
If like I can work my cock out and get a nice toned cock.
Dude, you know what they got advantage. Dude, they can stick this little ball up in their pussy that has little weights on the end.
Yeah.
You know that? And they practice holding it in.
Yeah.
That's tight.
That is.
They
It's
also-
scary too, though.
They also
It's
like-
scary. Well, I mean, what if you're in an argument and then she tricks you and now she's got you in there and she's like, remember that shit you was talking about?
You get a naked
She
argument
starts
with a
squeezing
boner.
down on your dick. You're like, ah, this is starting to hurt now. Yeah, it does, because I had an 80-pound right in there the other day. It's like, oh shit. Okay, what'd you say?
That's what
You're
I'm
gonna
saying.
fucking wash my car once a week? I was like, ah, okay, I'll do it. I'm sorry, that's not.
You know?
That's not
But
bad.
yeah, I mean, it's a good hill.
Right.
I'll die there.
But
See
if
if
you
she
work
jumps
out-
and just like,
Dude, you're
Latches
thinking
onto my dick.
yeah, but y'all are just assuming pleasure. I'm talking pain. I'm talking pussy clenching on your fucking shaft. Pain.
No, but what about the guy in India who like
I feel like my
wraps
hips are
his-
too wide.
wraps his
I feel
dick
like
up into
it would
his-
feel like if a chick with no teeth was trying to bite your dick off. How about that?
yeah,
Hello?
that's an old boy situation.
I'd be willing to try it.
And this is why women can't sexually harass men. We just have no fucking limit, you know?
It's like, I mean, I'll do it once.
You know, because I hear that was like in like the 70s with prostitutes. That was like the jam. If you're gonna be a prostitute, take your teeth out.
Oh,
A
yeah,
gummer?
I
I feel like a gummer would be overrated.
I don't think
Yeah,
gummers
sure,
are
sure.
overrated. I think because for one, it changes their whole face and they take their teeth out.
Yeah.
They go from looking like a chick to
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The droopy lips.
yeah, that droopy lip shit. I can't. I don't want anything like that
Crackheadish.
going around my dick. Crackheadish looking. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'd rather you keep your false teeth in and we'll just risk them staying stuck to my dick or something.
Yeah.
That would be a cooler story. Just be like, this bitch was giving me head and then her teeth were still on my dick. Whoa. And you'd be like, God damn, man.
Or you can see it as, age.
I caught
wisdom.
gingivitis from that bitch, you know? Like,
Gingivitis on your dick. Can you get plaque on your dong?
I
Sure can.
Right?
Herpes. Is that what that is?
Oh, I guess that's what STDs are. It's just
Yeah.
Just dick.
malfeasance.
Dick gum
sexually
disease.
bacteria.
I was
You
listening
gotta
to
check your cavity.
I was listening to Patrice explain how men are around women. Have y'all ever heard him explain it? How we're bears
Yeah.
and we can't be bears because they're just salmon dipped in honey. You know? He was like, he was like, men and women in the workplace, y'all are just salmon dipped in honey. You know? And you come over here and you're fucking flapping around and you're telling us all this shit. You're saying shit we don't care about, you know? Of course I'm raping this and killing it.
Yeah.
Patrice is so much better, but the basis of it was, yeah, bitch, I want to eat you right now. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. Get the fuck away from me, you know? And it's like, I don't understand why bitches think they can be our friend. You're not gonna be my friend, bitch. You're always gonna be a salmon with honey on you. You know? Unless you're butt fuck ugly. Then I can be your friend.
And you're good at sports or something, or video
I
games. or
say
something.
this.
Whatever. Any
there's
attractive
like
bitch, you can't be my friend. I like
because
pussy too much.
There's the exception where if like your good friend, let's say Jeremy, he has a wife, she could be a friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then it's like there's nothing there's
No,
nothing
see, you
immediately there.
don't let worlds collide. You stay friends with Jeremy in case something goes wrong.
collide.
And
Yeah.
when
No, I'm not
relationship
saying
goes
like-
wrong, No,
Then you
later on
swoop
you
in.
try to get a hate fucking on her because she ruined your friend's life. If you want to do that,
There you go.
Because like this just happened to me. I had a buddy. He had a wife that I had become friends with.
Keep on the lookout.
And then no. Like I didn't fuck her or anything like that. But it was just it got like when they broke up. I was like, man, I just lost a friend. Rather than if I kept my distance, I could have had a.
You still had your friend.
I could have been
Yeah.
like, fuck
Fuck
her, no
Yeah.
big deal. But when he's like, he told me, I was like, shit.
That's what happened. That happened to Pam also. When we were on the mountain, he was dealing with that. His buddy was
Yeah.
getting separated with his wife or something like that.
She's all sending us pictures.
Yeah, they're like, she's sending people pictures and like going all this. She's going wild with the friends.
Yeah.
And but they all friends with dudes still. So I was like, that's why you're not supposed to make friends with bitches, other dudes' wives and shit. You know, like
No, but
it can be a kosher relationship,
That's what I'm saying,
a
you can be
copacetic relationship.
friendly.
Yeah,
That's what I
friendly.
mean.
But it's like I'm not gonna
I'm
go
not
hang out
gonna
with your
meet
wife
Jim
for
Beam's
you.
wife
No, definitely
for coffee one day. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck.
That's what I was saying. Like group, that's one thing, but
Yeah.
then it's weird. No matter whose wife it is, if you're like, hey, we're just gonna, unless you're like a gay guy,
Dude, I was with your wife the other day.
right?
And I don't even like the way that sentence starts.
Like,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
even like-
No, but it's weird adult shit that I don't like. Couples like get together and be like, oh, I was hanging out with Jeremy. Like if you came home and I was finishing that fucking IKEA cabinet dresser.
Yeah, right.
And your wife's just watching TV. She's like, hey, what's up? And you'd be like, hey, how's it going, guys? You'd be like, why the fuck are you alone with my wife?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Unless it's an open relationship.
Yeah. Which
Right.
hey,
Even
we'll
if
talk
it's
about it
a
off
relationship,
mic.
don't bring
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
back to my.
Yeah.
Which, like I told
I
dude,
thought,
yeah, that's a-
yeah.
like I told dude the other night who was getting ready for Rosebud, I said, open relationship is just code for my wife likes black cock. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Or
I wonder what the statistics are.
And when the
of
dudes-
open relationships to small penises.
And when the dude says that he's cool with it, that's just his way of saying, and I like to watch.
Or it's been a dude that
That's
gets caught cheating like
funny.
5 times, but the chick's just a sucker. So she's like, yeah, we're in an open relationship, even though she doesn't fuck anybody else. And he's
That
just a
means that
scumbag.
bitch runs shit, yeah.
So speaking of what Liam just said, he said, what's the ratio?
Yeah.
So like I've been fucking this girl in an open relationship right now.
What's his name?
Oh yeah, real hack line comes in. I'm fucking her and she goes to me while she's sucking my dick. She goes, "Your dick looks exactly like my boyfriend's." I was like, that is the weirdest shit.
That is hot as
Should have said, well then why are you fucking sucking
Right.
my dick?
Why?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's sucking
That's-
his dick.
that's what's weird
That
about
would be
Your
worse.
relationship would be going better if he was sucking his dick.
To me, that's what's weird about it. Is why does she want?
They don't like dick. They're
What's
not
the
saying
difference in
towards
my
a
dick to
specific
her?
dick.
Like I'm not any different than him. He probably fucks better than me. I'm lazy.
It has a lot to do with age, I think, bro, because I think that some people get involved with a person when they're young, and then they feel pressured to stay with that person because they've got so much time invested in them
Yeah.
and shit like that. And instead of just breaking it off
Yeah.
and starting over and biting the bullet, they keep bullshit going. And
Patrice
that's-
has a great joke where he's like,
That was the story I was just telling about my friend. It's like she just stayed in way too long.
Yeah,
Before, like, yeah, this should have happened a long time ago.
people could do each other so much favor if they would just.
Say the
Patrice
truth.
O'Neal again. He's got a joke where he's like, I've been with my chick for like a few years now, and I can't wait till she gets hit by a bus. He's like, I don't want to be with her, but I can't see her cry.
Right, yeah, that's all it is. It's like one or the other. The person who's thinking about cutting it off starts thinking ahead about the disappointment and crying and bullshit that
Yeah.
it's about to come in his way or her way,
Yeah.
and then they chicken out. They don't want to put up with it and they don't want to do it.
Well, it's 'cause
you just
they-
gotta do it because it only gets worse the
Yeah.
longer.
And it's always the day
Well,
you
so-
show up, you get home from work, and you're like, all right, you worked yourself up for like the past few hours, and you get there, she's like, oh, I made dinner. It's like, you're nice today.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
of all
she
the
can, like,
days.
she can like feel it in the air.
Yesterday you was mad because hello.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
That's about it.
There's 4 people in together.
But
trying
if
to
you
get
think,
arrested.
if you think about it with the way time has changed from like when we were growing up in the 80s to now, back then you would be in a relationship or be in whatever you're in, and if you didn't want to be in it anymore, you could ghost them, but like in a way where you didn't have to have any communication. There was only text. There was a beeper. You'd get a beep, 911, 143.
143, man. I love you. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's the most they could get in contact with you.
Look
Now-
at Mitch, it's cycling. He's like,
Nowadays
I was
they
like,
have
I barely remember that
they
shit.
have Facebook, they have Twitter, they have Instagram, they have
Yeah.
all this stuff keeping them on on this like connection to it. So that's where I think this ghosting comes from. Like people just can't even deal with seeing another person.
Yeah. Well, you know what the problem with ghosting is? Ghosting is, well, it makes you feel like you were a creep.
Yeah.
Beforehand, when it's like I'm very cool. When a chick has been like, yeah, I don't think this is going anywhere. I don't want to go out again. I'm always like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm like, I wish you nothing but the fucking best because you're a really cool person.
Yeah.
And I can just get it that we're not. You're not.
There's nothing wrong with saying the truth. And a person,
Yeah.
if a person
I
gets
respect
mad,
it so much more.
if a person gets mad at you for that shit, that's on them.
Yeah. That's really what
So
it
I
is.
started doing that in high school. My friend Cody he was cheating on his girl, and then she caught him. And she's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" He's like, "You didn't ask." And I was like, "That's a great way to live." She's like, "I never lied to you."
Yeah.
But if you go to the
And that's
the
another
next
thing.
degree,
I tell so many chicks, if you really love that motherfucker, he just ain't doing it for you, and you gotta go get side dick, just don't tell him. I don't know, so many bitches tell, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
What he don't know won't hurt him, alright? Just don't tell him. If you got a good dude, bitch, that's holding you down, he just ain't slinging pipe right. Just don't tell him where you're going. Don't tell him what store you're going to.
You're missing something in some
Girls can't lie
aspect.
that well.
They got that's what I'm trying to tell them right now. You got to step your game up on that shit because, you know.
They're emotional creatures.
Leslie Jones has one of the best jokes on nice guys and good dick. And like how you can't find a nice guy and get good dick at the same time, basically. I don't know.
Right? I mean,
Watch that shit on YouTube.
That makes sense to me. Not being a woman or not, but just like stepping back and looking from their perspective.
But her
does.
joke-
I bet you that is because it's kind of like us. It's hard for us to find a fucking just beautiful chick that ain't fucking nuts or got a bunch of baggage. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
balance.
That ain't
Yeah,
that.
they're all
It's
crazy.
hard to find like
That's crazy.
most pretty girls' pussy used to belong to the street or to the game at one point. They've been, you know what I'm saying? Or they just nut. Like they ain't been fucked with enough. You know what I'm saying? Like most pretty girls, dudes don't even go up to.
Yeah, true.
So like today, I felt like that Indian chick. She had this vibe, like she was definitely the prettiest in the group. She knew it. The other two had boyfriends. It's like this one. It almost the vibe she was giving off was just like, God, would somebody please just fuck me? You know, like, but it's like you can't act on that because you don't really know if that's what she's thinking. But it kind of felt like that's what she was thinking. You know, like she was just, you know. And I'm like, God, you don't know how bad everybody on this block wants to. You know.
I think they know exactly how bad.
I don't know, because I asked her, I said, are you on Instagram or a model or anything? She goes, no. I was like, you need to be an Instagram model, girl. I was like, white guys like me would stare at you all day. I said, oh, that ain't weird. She goes, oh, no, I'm flattered. And I was like, well, you are definitely,
Oh, she
stop
from
moving my
India?
goddamn cups. What's
She
it
from
doing?
India?
It's not in your way.
I don't want any liquid.
It's not liquid. It's an ashtray.
That one was liquid.
Yeah. He moved the one without liquid.
No, but I learned that early on too. It's like when you get that vibe, 99% of the time it's a girl. Like if you think she wants to fuck you, she probably does, regardless of the situation.
Dude, this chick, oh my God, she was like Princeman Jasmine fine.
I can show you the world.
Oh, she would ruin my world. I would be like, all right, girl, going to do comedy. She'd be like, no, I thought we would stay. And I'd be like, okay, the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't fucking leave my bedroom if she didn't want me to. You know?
Yeah, but
That's why I have to be careful out here. That's why I don't really pursue bitches hardcore anymore. Go after them. Like the dudes in Vegas will tell you, all the dudes I did comedy with in Vegas used to give me hell about all the pussy I got. You know, they was always fucking with me. Yeah, what'd you fuck today? Who'd you know, just fucking with me all the time. And because I was like new into comedy, I didn't understand how much that shit took away from it, you know. And then
I've never gotten laid. No.
I met this little Mexican chick, and then I went from doing a mic every night to fucking with her more, and I seen it immediately. And then when that shit didn't go well, I said, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm finna put this wall up because I need to get good at what
Yeah,
I do.
well, the problem is comedy is a mistress.
Is your mistress because
Yeah.
comedy happens at night,
Yeah.
and most people work all day, and women, you know, and men, you know, most normal people work all day, and then they get off at night and they want to hang out. But if you're a comic, your nights are fucking married to the stage.
Yeah,
You know,
So it's hard to tell a chick, well, meet me at the comedy club.
I've had a lot of
You
conversations
gotta
with
get
people
right
where I'm like,
Yeah.
the unfortunate thing is, particularly dating in LA, because I've been here 10 years, there's a lot of times I would rather come hang out at an open mic than go out on a crapshoot fucking date.
Oh yeah, of course, as a dude, because we're the ones having to pay for everything.
Yeah, that's number one. But then number two, it's like some people are just so fucking boring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To be around, and like all of a sudden you find yourself, you're just sitting there watching each other breathe.
But
and it's just like, man, this is, you know, at least if I was here, I could have like batted someone away from grabbing my tit.
Yeah.
Like that's not gonna even happen there.
Yeah, I think comedy's like, it even works for for early on dating. You know what I mean? Because it's like somebody who's not in entertainment at all. It's like so exciting. So it's like you got the first 10 dates covered. Just be like, you'd still just gotta go to open mics or being booked on shows. It makes you seem so exciting.
Really, I get most people think I'm a manic depressive as soon as I say I'm a comic.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
They assume I'm down in the mouth.
Your
all the
spirit
time.
animal is Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Dude, comics definitely,
My spirit animal is a big cat. How dare you? I'm used to jaguar.
I am a puma.
No, the first time I ever did like a big shroom trip, when I went to bed that night, I had a dream. It was like just constant dreams of cats attacking, from like a house cat up to a lion, and it was like one after the other, just attacking. So I woke up and I was like, my spirit animal is a cat. I'm a big cat.
Was it because Kyle thinks he can beat up a bobcat? Is that why?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you think he can beat up a bobcat now?
First of all, that's why I was so against them saying that he could take it.
Well, it's not necessarily. You got to think though. They're not going to kill me. A bobcat.
They're not. You're not going to die right there.
A bobcat could get a lucky swipe in at your throat.
Yeah, they could.
Or across a big enough vein.
What is it? We looked them up. They're 30 pounds.
But
Nothing
they have.
that's 30 pounds.
They know where your arteries
Dude,
are.
but
They have an
They
inch and a
fight.
half inch claw.
Yeah.
They go for your neck and the
Yeah.
inside of your thighs,
That's
bro.
For those of you who don't know, I've been waiting the last. I don't know how long the podcast has been. I've been just waiting to get.
Oh, we brought up the bobcat. He came flying up.
Dude, like a fucking eagle.
The hair was, but his hair was like. Oh, he can take any bobcat. The fucking Charlotte Bobcats. The fucking Cleveland Bobcats. The goddamn West Virginia Bobcat. I'll take him out.
Yukon bobcats all day. I'll take all of them.
What's the orangutan of bobcats or of big cats?
What do you mean?
Like just like what's like it would be a lion? Like the wise old.
Yeah, the lions. They're the king.
Yeah.
Lion is the king of the jungle.
Dude, they made a whole movie.
Or a tiger.
Yeah, but you don't have time to get wise because as soon as you're not the alpha, they
Tigers are
fucking
bigger
murder
than
your
lions.
ass.
Yeah, but tiger fans
Sorry,
like
get
to
real
say that.
with nature.
But lions run in packs.
Yeah.
Tigers are more like a solo animal.
Solo does.
They have like a local.
I mean, they are
They
big
are
and
terrifying.
bad.
They'll get a mate in their cubs.
Oh, they're big and bad, like the Bengal tiger and all that shit.
Oh,
The
snow
tiger's-
leopard would be tight. That's slick as fuck.
Well, the tiger's the biggest cat. That fucker weighs more than we do.
Oh yeah, and they can jump like 15
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah. I mean, this paw.
Yeah, have you seen that video? There's a video on YouTube that's like, you watch this thing jump and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, it was like nothing. Imagine.
Oh yeah, their things are fucking. They got cats are amazing. That's why I've always had a cat.
Yeah.
Even a house cat, dog.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's the funnest thing as
I
a
like
kitten to have, like with a little laser pointer and shit. Get
Yeah,
stoned
yeah.
and fucking laser point your cat around the room. It's the best thing in the world, dude. I used to do shit, dude. My cat, he got tortured. We used to put him in a shoebox
Jesus
and
Christ.
blow shotguns in the little hole because he had long white hair, right? And then when we'd open the lid, he'd jump out and hop around, and it'd be like little poof balls. It'd be like little smoke signals. It was the best. And so that made him hate weed. And so then he would sneak in my room. He'd sneak in my room and he'd find our blunt. Like if I had blunts laying out, he'd jump up and swat them on the ground and fucking, and he'd fucking tear them apart. So my friends called him the Optimo Warrior. Because that was the Optimos was a bright green blunt. It was the most expensive. It was like $5 or $6 a pack.
Cigarillos.
Yeah, we'd buy them because Biggie was like smoking line, Optimos, money, hoes, and clothes. And so we'd buy them Optimos, and we were like, fuck, they're fucking $6 a pack. My cat just destroys them and shit. I'd have to hide them from him, you know?
Jeez.
bit by
How long you had
cats.
your cat? You had a long time, almost 20 years.
20 years, yeah. He died at 20 years old, man. Fuck. Yeah.
There's a lot of cool cats,
All of
but most of them I feel like are
cats
flawed
fucking
on me.
died quick. We had one cat that made it to like 4 before his
Whoa.
his back legs just fell apart.
Oh no.
And then
No,
we-
dude, cats live rough lives.
And
They
then,
get-
but we also had outdoor cats, and then we just had cats that.
That
never-
sounded like a mafia. He's like, yeah, what? His back legs just fell apart.
Well, there was a
Just one crack in the back.
No, it was like a month after our golden
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dude,
So you have a sibling that's possibly a serial killer?
you know how many cats
So that
die?
would be me.
You know how many? Listen, y'all know how many kittens and house cats die from like car engine blades?
Oh yeah.
My mom, she's the like.
They get all up in there because it's warm.
My mom's dad, my pawpaw, I call him my pawpaw, right? My grandfather.
That's so sweet.
He calls my mom. He calls my mom the cat killer.
That cat crawled up and
Bang, bang,
started
bang.
the car.
Dude, she's backed over a couple of my cats. She's whacked their heads off in her car engine. She'd come out and start her car, and then it wouldn't start. And she'd go in and get my dad. He'd come out, pop the hood, and be like, "Oh, yeah, don't tell Thomas, but that's why I didn't start." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's got just to tell, a headless cat. He's like, "This is why I didn't start."
Dude, one time my mom, she's like, hey, because our cat just got knocked up by like something in the neighborhood. I hope it's another cat, but she had fucking kittens. And, like on the second day, we get home from school. She's like, hey, sorry, but like most of the kittens got hit by a car. I was like, how'd they get in the street? She was like, the garage was open. And then I was like, did you bury him? She's like, yeah, I had Uncle Brian bury him. I was like, that's cool. And then like a few hours later, I'm just taking out the trash after she yells at me. I just open the lid. There's just like 6 dead kittens sitting on the top of the trash. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
How old were you?
I was like fucking 3rd or 4th grade.
7 years old.
I was like, I didn't even go check if like there's a freshly dug fucking kitten Holocaust on
You
the side
found
of the
out the
house.
hard way.
Yeah.
Dude, who runs over 6 kittens though? I mean, you get 2 of them and you keep going back and forth.
Well, there are 4 tires.
The cats travel like ducks. They got like a string.
Dude, you're just going in line, popping each one, just fucking pop. God.
Yeah, they were walking down parallel with the street, and he just got.
Oh.
This street's a little rough
Someone
today.
ever hit him
Oh.
on purpose.
Just backing up.
Fucking Christ.
Hey, let me tell you, there are those people.
Oh, for
in the
sure.
world that just like they see animals, they're like, yep. Like I always try to steer away from a squirrel, but every now and then you meet a person that.
Dude, have you ever tried to avoid one and it turns back?
Yeah, those
and you're like,
motherfuckers.
Dude, that's another thing.
They turn into a football player. They're just fucking.
When my pawpaw is riding with my mom. That's another thing. When my pawpaw's riding with my mom, dude, I swear probably 80% of the time, for some reason, it must be his luck or her luck, she'll hit an animal. Like, she's like 80%. Dog, she said
She's a murderer.
She said dogs. She hit a turtle one day. Dude,
Not Shelly.
I'm telling you, listen to this. And then when they pulled up at the family reunion thing, and you can see Pawpaw's face was red, you know. And I was like, "What's wrong with Pawpaw?" You know. She was like, "Oh, goddamn, don't ask." And I was like, and then he goes, "Oh, your mom hit a turtle," and he got out on she did it on purpose. She hit the goddamn thing on purpose. She was so mad. She goes, "No, I did not." He goes, "Just swerve." I was trying to swerve out of the way, and I was like. Like she said, she swerved. She was trying to swerve away, but she swerved into it. And
Well, they say that causes a lot of accidents.
She did it on purpose.
People try not to hit animals.
He's like, don't hit it, don't hit it.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to. Sometimes it's just them.
What if you cause a
If
pilot?
it's them or you.
What if you cause a pilot just trying to hit a raccoon? Just like some
Yeah, right. Slide out of control. Fuck that raccoon. Skirt. Oh fuck.
Oh shit, we're sideways.
You better hit a raccoon with a car because the motherfuckers are no joke. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, a raccoon
You either
totaled my uncle's car.
You have to have an electric tennis racket or a car. You know? That was the only way I survived those raccoons that night was I remembered I had a tennis racket in my van. I got out, I hit the button. It's a fly killer electric racket. When that fucking thing lit up, the motherfuckers like, they took off. They had me trapped in my van for 30 minutes. The motherfuckers were no
He
joke.
could have just gone to sleep. That's where he was gonna be. He's like, oh shit.
No, they were scratching on the top of my van. I thought they were gonna scratch through the roof and try to make a little fucking cubby hole or something, you know? So I got out and I was like shaking the van. I was pushing on my van and shaking the whole thing. And so then they jumped up into the branch above because I was under a branch. And so then they jumped up into the branch and went away. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, I got back down in my bed and I'm laying there and then I hear it again. And I was like, God damn it. I thought it was the Mexicans' cats. So when I opened my side,
Goddamn Mexican
when I opened that
cats.
side door fucking to the van and got out, I hear and the fucking, I look up and this fucking hand swooping at me, the fucking raccoon swooping at me. One jumped down on the ground and he was like that fucking tall. The motherfuckers are like knee high, dude. His back was hyped up. I was like, oh shit! I jumped right back in my van. I didn't have a weapon, you know? I have nothing. I was scared to death. So then I have this little metal thing that holds the cabinets in my van, the door. They have the little bars, and I put that metal bar in between it to keep them from swinging open when I drive. But it's only this big. So I'm like, well, fuck it, you know? I got this thing. It's only this tall, you know what I'm saying? And I get out of my van and I'm like, you know? But they can tell I'm still scared. They can sense the fear. So they like, the mom and the dad, because it was a mom, a dad, and a baby. The mom and the dad both jumped off my van and was like, coming at me, like, what's up, bitch? And I was like, fuck y'all. Whoop, I jumped right back in my van, you know? Like I said, they had me trapped for 30 minutes, so I remembered, oh, fuck, I got this tennis racket, which is like this long, you know? So I was like, if anything, I'll knock the fuck out that raccoon. So now I get out the van, and I got confidence. I'm like, what's up, motherfuckers? And they were like, they knew. They were like, oh, he's changed. You know what I'm saying? And then, but they got brave again. They tried to come at me, and I was like, oh, yeah. I got this little button. I hit that button, that bitch went. They were like, ah! That's the only thing that got me out of that shit. That shit lit up.
Raccoons are fucking terrifying.
Hey, what if they were bobcats?
I wouldn't have got out of my van again.
Yeah, you would have driven away.
Fuck yeah. Because if a bobcat scratches through the hood of your van and is inside your van, you're fucked.
You hear the raccoon scratching, so you peek out the window, and it's the daddy raccoon, he just holds up a lockpick set.
Right?
Starts getting in the passenger door.
Dude,
they got their eyes. They got the burglar eyes.
They used their hands like fucking, all he did, when I chased him away, he just went across the street and jumped on their garbage can and straight up opened it like this. He was like, boom, the lid went, kablam! He just jumped down in there, and you could just see cans flinging out the top of the fucking garbage can, like he was just in there tossing shit. Clink, 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 clink. So I took a big ass rock, dude, and I threw it, and when that, I'm talking about the second that rock hit the side of that thing, that motherfucker was out of that garbage can, like. So when motherfuckers are like get attacked because they're like, you know, I opened the garbage can and there it was, I've always thought, motherfucker, why didn't you move out the way, jump out the way? Because they're fucking like a jack in the box, dude. As soon as that rock was like, bam, that motherfucker was like, shoot, he was out of the garbage can. And I was like, you little son of a bitch. And I hit the fucking racket again on them, and they took off running like in between the houses finally.
We've seen coyotes out here.
Oh, coyotes I see all the time.
Oh yeah, there's a family that lives on Hawthorne. They walk down Hawthorne, a mom, a dad, and 3 cubs.
Yeah, and
Takes him to school.
And you see them and you're like, and they'll look at you like, oh, whatever. And they keep going. I'm like, you're a fucking wild animal out
Yeah.
here.
He's like, yeah, walk your dog, bitch.
The raccoon, it'd be funny, the raccoon, he's throwing all the cans out, and then he just throws them all in a plastic bag and takes them to the
That would be great. Fuck yeah. What would have been cooler is if it would have been the daytime, because then Mr. Fuller would have came and fucked them raccoons up.
There's a big ass
You know what I'm
squirrel
saying?
named Mr. Fuller.
He lives on Fuller. And he don't fuck around, dog. He snatches sandwiches.
I've heard the legends, the Hollywood lore.
He's a legendary squirrel, man.
He does push-ups and shit.
Dude, he was pushing a 45-pound weight up Fuller. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Where'd you get that? He was like, LA Fitness. You gonna tell on me, bitch? I was like, did a little crib walk away from me. I was like, hey.
Teardrop under it.
Yeah, he's got a teardrop. This squirrel's nuts, okay?
I've literally seen them so where they've walked up to people like getting into their car and they're like not scared, and the people are like, oh hey, and I'm like, hey, they're pets. They're like, they feed these squirrels like
With rabies.
With rabies.
I looked it up. Squirrels have rabies.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant they were feeding them rabies. I was like, just destroying it.
No, because dude, I had a little squirrel by this little spot that I was parking at. He'd come down the tree every morning and fucking yell. They go, right? And I was like, is this little motherfucker yelling at me? So I opened my door and he came all the way down. And I was like, holy shit. So remember I used to have a bag of nuts all the time? And I grabbed a bunch and I threw them out there, and he fucking would take them up the tree and then come back down and get the rest and take them up the tree. And so then I held him in my hand one day out to the side of the tree, and he was like, he was on his back feet and he just reached out and grabbed a couple nuts, you know? And I was telling Heidi about it. Y'all can look her up, Heidi Heaslett. She's very beautiful, very great comic. She was like, you let a squirrel eat out your hand, motherfucker? They got rabies. And I was like, what? All of them? She was like, yeah, all of them. I was like, I Googled that shit. She was right. I was like, oh, I'll never do do that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, one mistake, you know?
Rats with furry cats.
I don't have insurance. I can't get rabies shots. What the fuck?
They're cuter than rats, even their face.
Nah, they're cool. Squirrels are cool as fuck. They're smart.
Some people do make them pets.
You can.
Yeah.
I know.
Especially if you get them young.
I knew a bitch that had a rat as a pet.
Well, no, you get it's like ferrets, where it's like
rats supposed to be
you
really
gotta.
bad.
You're from
It
Oregon,
was
you know
cool.
ferrets.
She had a
Sure.
big black rat as a pet. That fucking thing was smart as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, growing up, my neighbor had a pet skunk.
Skunks are supposed to be great pets.
They
de-skunked it.
whatever. Yeah, de-skunked it. And that thing he had since a baby, and it would roll over on its back like it was like a fucking dog.
Damn.
It was fat.
Pepe
and,
Le Pew
spoiled.
dog.
Like it
Yeah.
didn't look like a normal
Skunks are supposed to
skunk.
be
It was
great.
just like
Pepe Le Pew.
yeah. Yeah, that thing was just like a dog. It would
Yeah, was
lay in his
he a
lap.
rapist? With
I was gonna say, did he rape other animals?
Mademoiselle!
Mademoiselle! Oh, you're making it hard. You're playing hard to get. That's what his excuse was. Oh, you're playing hard to get. Come here, baby.
That character.
He'd be humping her and shit.
In 2017, that would not be cool.
Oh, yeah, they can't.
Bro, he was just the creep.
Oh,
Like,
he was.
Trust me, I know you do not want it, but I want you, and that's all that matters.
Stand still, Melody. She was like, ah! That bitch was running every time.
When he float, when he would smell, he'd be like, and then start floating the line.
He'd do that little bling.
Rock hard.
And his little tail would be all up.
She's
and
like
shit.
reaching out for people to help her.
That bitch was running.
They just
She's
ran
putting
her
on
out.
makeup and shit. She's trying to disguise herself and shit. He's like, oh, you can't trick me. I smell the pussy.
Your goofy coat and baseball hat.
But he still doesn't know she's a cat.
That was one of the main reasons I wanted a cat. Yeah, I thought Pepe Le Pew was a cat. No. All right, guys, we gotta wrap this shit up. It's been great. This was the first episode on camera. Thanks to fucking Jim Beam there. Hello.
It's been hectic.
It's been hectic.
They see me go down.
He's been going back and forth. He's got a little bit of shine on his forehead. Look at it. That boy earned his podcast work today. Hello. All right, tell them where they can find you, Liam.
I'm on Instagram at Liam Hales NH. And on iTunes, I have a album called Please Forgive Me. It's also on Amazon and Google Play. My name's Liam Hales. Thank you.
Awesome.
Me? Hey! Mitchell Phillips here. I'm at Mitchell Phillup. MITCHELLFILLUP. All social media. Thank you. Kyle.
I'm Kyle. You can find me pretty much every Saturday here. Monday. No, it's Monday. It's every Monday here at Marty's Daily Podcast. Everything is at I Got Kyle.
At Jeremy Beam, cloudyandrowdy@gmail.com. Hit us up, let us know comments. Hashtag Cloudy and Rowdy guys on Twitter. We're listening.
You can find me trying to get the best deal on reefer. Also, you can find me on Twitter at ATLian80, Instagram, Mr. Easter, Facebook, Thomas Easter. I forgot. I'm the one. I'm not even looking at the goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Staring at the wall.
I know. I'm staring at the wall. I do that when I'm on stage too. I don't like to look at the crowd sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like it gets easy laughs. So I kind of look towards the back, like I kind of look past them. I don't know if they like that though. I don't know if they feel like, hey, fucker, look at me or not, you know? So you let me know. What do you like? You want me to look at you? Or look past you? Hello? Anyway, I love you bad motherfuckers. Thanks for blazing in on the Cloudy and Rowdy podcast and making this shit special. I love y'all. Bang, bang, bang!